big cheerer today. Today's biggest cheerer. Today's top cheerer. Basically the cheerleader. I don't know if that's something you'd want to be or not, but, you know. I think being a cheerleader would be cool. Do flips and stuff, and you're like, give me a W, give me an A, give me an R, give me a... I don't know how you get to WardiTV in a good cheer chant, but... Anyways. What's up, Dubdy, with the 3-month resub? How you doing? Welcome back for another month on the channel. Good to see you, and thanks for the support. Appreciate it. To the bottom left-hand side, our blue Protoss player is PtitDrogo. And to the top right, our orange Zerg from Romantic Gaming, Denver. Okay then, so setting up into this, just looking to see how this will go over the next few minutes. Going back to the earlier PvZ, Drogo really came in with quite the performance. And if he wins this, both him and Stefano are just guaranteed through the group no matter what. If Denver wins this, I think he's guaranteed through the group as well, because he would have a better map score than Stefano. Because he would have won... Why would that be? Because he won 2-0 against... No, it depends. I don't know. Trying to do math really... boggles my mind sometimes. I think it's because Stefano lost 0-2 against Drogo, whereas Denver would have won. He took an extra map somewhere. Stefano didn't take the map. Try to do math's difficult, man. I hate doing math on stream. Wardy, maybe it's not the chat, but it's your mods going tyrant mode. Maybe it is the chat, because I'm seeing why they're timing people out, and it's people who are just literally not following the rules. Like, the rules are below the channel. And, yeah, you can read them, and you can see that people... It literally says, Rule 1, which is the majority of the reasons people are being timed out. It literally says, please respect others. Other streamers, the players, and each other. So trying to talk shit and saying stuff like, wow, I think Stefano's just absolutely shit. And I think he sucks. I don't know. Like, people are just saying some dumb shit today. First Adept comes across the map, and we're going to be seeing PtitDrogo coming in to try and get something done, some information gathered. To see that hatchery on the way up, a few links currently working their way through these rocks on the low ground. I'm now just going to be seeing the second Adept coming over as well. That's when it starts to get to that sort of dangerous point of potentially being able to get a couple of worker kills. Now Drogo earlier really held off couple of cool attacks. He really held off the kind of the roach play from Stefano. He had a really good kind of macro focused game as well in Backwater, where he's very greedy. And took a couple of bad fights though, but I'm still not convinced if it wasn't just because he was so far ahead. He was like, you know what, I can totally get away with this. These couple of Adepts are getting to work here right now. And they are going to be able to get a few link kills before they get taken down. Only one drone. We stopped the drones from mining for a while, because if the drones came back to mine before then, the Adepts would have just started to target them down one at a time. So, Robo facility on the way up in the main base. And as we see the Robo in the main base, we are going to be seeing the second gateway coming in as well. Phoenix continue to work its way through the Overlord here, so then a little bit of damage done. Twilight Council coming down to you from Drogo. Very much so an expected opener from him so far. And we do see the Cyber Core at the front is actually taking a little bit of damage, but here comes the Oracle to clean that up. Just gets rid of those feelings. I guess the negative of having lost you a couple of Adepts across the map, and you lost one at the front here as well. So, a little bit sloppy from Drogo, losing a few Adepts early. A little bit of a shame. And we do see this Zealot starting to warp in between the Cyber Core and the Gateway. 4 more gates on the way up for him already, so that's the 6 gates we expect to see. So he can put on some pressure while he goes in towards that 3rd base. So that's coming up right now. Phoenix lifts up the Queen, drops it back down. What's up, Effects of Boxy, gifting a sub to Huawa. Huawa. Wow, wow. It sounds like you're Chihuahua, only you lost your chi. Thank you so much for the sub-gift, and welcome to the Wardy family, as we are going to be seeing the Phoenix and the Oracle just doing what the Phoenix and the Oracle do, taking some map control, getting killed by queens. That's not usually meant to happen, but at least it's the Phoenix. The Oracle is the one which is really able to get damage done here usually. And ooh, it is a Nidus network, by the way. Does Drogo see that already? This is tough, because actually, you kind of want to put the queens in it, right? But now he's going to see. Okay, so now Drogo knows the Nidus is there. Warps in some more Zealots. Where is Archons? He hasn't warped them in yet. Does he know? Well, he definitely knows it's a Nidus now. Oracle coming back home as well. He starts up some shield batteries nearby. Robo isn't done at the moment. We're going to see these Zealots going to be able to maybe just... I wonder how many units actually going to get out of this. I feel like there isn't space to unload from this Nidus. Denver doesn't get anything out of the initial Nidus network. Well, that's very painful as a start off. We do see the Cybercore going down. Access granted into the main base. Now you can maybe Nidus into the main. He starts up a Baneliness. He's just completely backed away from this plan of Nidusing. Wow. Cybercore going down is a frustration, but if you're going to be warping in Zealots anyway, far from being game-ending, of course. Obviously, right now, the Archon's not on the map. The Warpism came home. We are just going to be having the Warpism coming across towards the upper right-hand side. Next is coming through. Extra pylons being dropped, and we are going to be seeing those Zerglings continue to come in towards the third base, so I'm going to try and get a little bit more done, and we do have the War Prism continue to come up to the top side of the map. So Prism coming up to the top, and he's going to get us around and see what else they can get up to as Archons come forwards. A few Lings getting picked away at now. And again, this War Prism will be really just hunting for a little bit more damage. Obviously, scouting around a little bit. It's just the Zealots in the main base. Will he warp in more? Yes, he will. It's actually only really Lings at the moment out for Denver. He tries to now Nidus in the back. Now, he's got Banes in this Nidus, right? Oh, he doesn't have anything in the Nidus at the moment. So a lot of Zerglings that Drogo's going to end up seeing. Did he realize that this was a Nidus in the back? He's got his Archons at the front, but actually he lost the Warp Prism, it seems. Or did he lose the Warp Prism, or was these Archons just on their own in the first place? I think he lost one Warp Prism. No? These Archons just having a wonder. I mean, the Warp Prism's in the main. Well, Lings are going to start running out of this Nidus as this wall is still not fully completed. Third base is trying to come on up here, but I mean, Drogo's done a lot across the map. The Zealots are still over here doing some damage. And what Denver brings out of the Nidus really isn't scary at all. It's a very low number of Zerglings because he's been using the rest of his Lings to chase away other attacks. Drogo continues to put himself into what seems to be a stronger and stronger position at the moment. And as we are going to be seeing the War Prism of Drogo continue to move around. More Lings from Denver will be getting set up to come across the map here, and we'll be seeing the couple of extra Banes coming through. So that's coming in on the low ground. We are going to see this High Templars morphing themselves into an Archon. Bane's coming into play, and we are going to be seeing them kind of go in towards the Zealots. Drogo needs to try and just split away a little bit, and then he's got the Archons coming in, which will help a massive amount against the Zerglings, of course. He's going to lose a fair amount of Zealots, but at the same time, if he just stabilizes with a little bit of a Sim City and, you know, a little bit of kind of protection, stopping the Lings getting full surrounds, he should still be okay. He's still ahead by 11 workers. I mean, this is so aggressive, and, you know, Denver has to do so much with this at the moment. Overseer goes down. He actually spots this Nidus in the middle of the map. Is this going to be the Queens this time? He is going to pop the Queens in, so... Well, transfusions available. It's actually kind of scary for this group of units because the transfusers will go down. I don't think Drogo was expecting this, and he realizes now he's in a little bit of trouble here. Archon's coming forwards to fight this. There's no reason for Drogo to be in the middle of the map, right? I mean, he's only going to lose out on units when it really doesn't come into much. He's going to stasis ward. No, he got killed. I think the Oracle got killed. Suddenly Drogo doesn't have any units left over, and Denver's going to run on in. The Warpin's on cooldown. Oh, Drogo's just fallen apart. His army supply is almost non-existent at the moment as we see a few Zealots coming in from the third base. He needs to plug the gap in this wall. At least force the Banes to be used there. He's going to be losing +1 on the Forge. Oh man, he's getting a cannon up here as well to help out. Another few Zealots warp in. He's going to be able to get rid of the Banes over there. Zealots in the main clean up the Lings too. A Zealot or two runs forwards to deal with that Baneling trying to come forwards as well. More Banelings morphing in. Third base is still around and mining somehow, some way. The Immortal on the way up. Extra Banes coming through still. Against pure Zealot, this is possibly still going to work. A couple High Templar warp in. zealots towards the third base. He's still kind of relying or thinking that he's probably going to have to defend the third base at some stage of this here, which is probably true. Unless Denver really just throws everything into the natural. Pylon goes down. Wall is broken. Some of the Banes are trapped behind the Queens here. Archon and Zealots coming down from the third to help out. Banes do a good amount of damage there. Zarkon's still fighting though, and it's going to be backed up by more Zealots. The Zealot's going to be able to get on top of the Queens now. Queens going down, gets rid of the transfusions, and Immortal coming into play. I think that's the difference. I think that's the deal breaker. Drogo continues to hold on. What on earth has this game been? I don't even know. Absolute mayhem. I mean, Denver had to do more than take down the third base, which is why he focused on the natural. He had to try and kill his opponent right here and right now. Drogo really, I mean, Drogo just thought this was going to be more Lingers and Banes or something, I think. I don't think he expected this to be Queens coming out of the Nidus network. And we've seen more Zerglings coming across still. Zealots and Archon coming through the Nidus, taking some damage. We see a cannon in position, able to turn those Zerglings away. More Zealots charge on through. The Ling's taking some more damage here, and we are going to see them getting cleaned out in the next couple of moments. Again, more Lings coming into this side, and they are going to get themselves a pick off on an Immortal, which is nice. I mean, he's still just throwing unit after unit after unit at Drogo here, trying the best he can to break on through, but just not finding anything right now. More Banelings morphing in. We're going to be seeing the +2 melee attack upgrade on the Evolution Chamber. Queens mid-map are going to get cleaned out. I mean, now Drogo has a better tech army. This time, he's got more Archons. He's got the gathering. He's gathered his units together. And that's what's been missing for him. So we're seeing a couple of High Templar. Going to be morphing into an Archon. And we are going to see Ling's counterattacking, still doing damage. Drogo just pulls his probes away. If he can get rid of enough of these Banes with the Archons, the Zealots will just leak through, and he should have enough this time around. The Zealots are taking damage. I mean, Archons are left over though, so at least this time the Archons will continue to fight, and again, it's just having more Archons which really goes a long way. Warps and Zealots to clean up the run by. That's GG, but god damn. It's kind of sick. Let's go into game 2. Let's see what happens. Down a game, but he gave it his all in that last one. He very nearly made it happen. Our orange Zerg player is Romantic Gaming's Denver. And down to the bottom right, our blue Protoss player is PtitDrogo. JF, I'm sure your sub should just show up if you refresh or something, or even just open the Twitch page on a second tab. Like, unless you literally, if you clicked share, like you had the box, you clicked share and it didn't show up anywhere, that's an issue on Twitch's end, which is also good to know about because then we can report it also. Which would be kind of important. Let Twitch know that subs aren't showing up. That's a pretty big issue, right? What's up, Cotillion? Saying doing a great job. Glad you're enjoying. Yeah, Wardy's line. He's only casted for about 8 hours. You're right. I took a break in between. I took a break between events. Imagine that. Absolute insanity. I cannot believe it. Bro, just trying to nibble away, be a bit of a nuisance in the back here. Drogo throws down a Cybercore. Effects of Boxy gifted another sub. This time to Eondram. Welcome Eondram to the Wardy fam. How you doing? Your name rhymes with fam, so it's even better for me to say welcome to the fam. Fade Angel of the 21-month resub as well says keep going strong and we'll be here back every time. Thank you for the 21 months. An insane amount of resubbing right there. Fade Angel, really appreciate it, man. Almost 2 years, that's crazy. And again, thanks to Vexaboxy for another sub gift to Eondram. Slow start as we wait for the tech choices to be made from our Protoss player, and there it is, the Stargate dropping down. PtitDrogo just continuing to set himself up here for the moment. Wing speed coming through, and we are just going to be having the Stargate dropping down in the back of the main. So, Stargate's dropping, Adept is shading. We are going to be having the continuation here. Just looking, I mean, again, so far as we expect, but I'm intrigued to see what Denver really goes to. I wonder if Drogo plays as greedy as he did on this map against Stefano, especially after Denver tried to be very aggressive this just a few moments ago. Be interesting. Adept shades by into the third base and is just going to make sure he's not going to be in too much trouble until he has a shade to get out of there. Going to die for just a drone. Didn't bring a second Adept across the map this game, so it's a little bit fun as he does get one drone kill just at the very end of his shade. And then he pops out towards the center. Adept continues to come down towards the bottom right hand side. We do see the Phoenix in the main is tapping away at this Overlord here, so Overlord taking a few little shots from this Phoenix. And we are going to be having the Overlord about to drop on down. So Overlord goes down. It's a little bit of a supply block, but just for a second. I mean, it's one of those Overlords you expect to lose, right? Same with this one, really. He's trying to get it away, and he just escapes Drogo's vision, so Drogo won't find it immediately, but then he knows where it might be headed to, and he does find it as well in the end. What's up, Whoosh J? Coming in with the cheer 500. Dude, thank you so much. Says, take my Wardy cheers. Thank you so much for the bits, man. Appreciate it. So many bits today, actually. We've had so many bits. We've nearly even knocked Rifkin off of the top 3 of the board. Yesterday, when I was casting on base raid, we had a bully jar. So every time Rifkin bullied me in the cast, he had to tip 100 bits. He donated 1,200 bits. He bullied me 12 times in a 4 or 5 hour cast. Isn't that just insane? Yes, I think so. We nearly got rid of that scum off the bit board. Thank God for that. Ha! It was a pretty fun little something. Made the stream a bit. It was fun. It was fun. We have a good. Me and Riff can have a very weird dynamic when we cast, but it's pretty unique. It's fun as well. So. Well, just going to be seeing the Oracle does dive in for a little bit of damage there, but Spore Crawler makes it difficult to do too much more to really stick around. Left finishes up from Denver. You can start up his Roach Speed. So his Roach Speed starts up, and we are going to be seeing this prism popping out from Drogo. Going to be able to start moving across the map. The 4 High Templar load up. And obviously those are looking to just kind of morph into Archons. I guess he just wanted to get the prism across the map ASAP before morphing the Archons in. Why do you leave at home? He's actually bringing the 2 Zealots across the map too, so he's bringing a lot across. He's taking the third base this time off of 6 gateways, so nothing like what he did against Stefano. Two more Archons just going to be finishing up here and just going to be moving on forwards. Going to be seeing the Roaches and Queens just sort of sat here. Revelation goes down. You can see the wall-off being set up from Denver. He's pretty serious about defending this. Drogo's just like, okay, fair enough. Let's back away a little bit. The 2 Archons going to go in towards the main base. And we are going to be seeing the couple of Queens just coming forwards to have a little bit of a look to see what's going on. Oh, Queens are going to get the Prism though. Recalls the Archons instantly, saves one of them. And the Zealots. That's actually not so bad. Saves quite a bit. Saves quite a bit there from a bit of a disastrous scenario. Lots of Roaches, and I mean, already Immortal production has started from Drogo, obviously realizing that maybe this is going to be a thing. Archon comes back into position. And we do see a few more High Templars, so some extra Archons coming out as well. The big issue for the Immortals is obviously you can't just kind of, you know, warp into Immortals at a time very quickly. You need to get the Robo coming up. Just going to be seeing these Zealots continue to move on forwards, and we are going to be having these Zealots just continue to push on in. We do see a couple of Roaches taking some more damage, and yeah, a couple of Archons just coming in as well. Just looking to see what's going on here at the moment. This is a good defense from Drogo. We see Mutas though in the main. He's going to be switching into the Mutalist. I missed the spy coming up myself. We'll see if Drogo is prepared. He's got the one Phoenix from earlier, but that's about it. So I would say the answer to that is probably a no. As we are going to be seeing those Stalkers just coming in towards the main Phoenix on the way out of the Stargate. And we are going to be having... Oh, the first Phoenix, though, goes down because the meter's turning at a good timing. Using the Prison to try and get some Archons to help out. 8 workers lost so far. And Drogo will just keep on constant pro production, though, right? To try and help out with that. Stalker's trying to run on in to help as well. The Prison takes a shot or two, but the Archon comes out. He is a little bit trapped, but they dive on out. They do find their way out. Phoenix dives right into the muters again. Not quite how it's meant to go. Gets one of the mutalists at least. The enemy is just going to continue coming down at the south as we see a lot more roaches just coming in towards the middle. Another Ravager currently building up as well. And we do just see the Stalkers, the Immortals, the Zealots. All of this from Drogo continue to gather up. And now the Stalker's coming through. He doesn't have Blink, of course. If he did, that'd be a few more dead Mutalisks. This is pure Roach, though, from Denver. And you got to remember that going in towards this fight in the near future, potentially. That Roaches are not going to be amazing at trading a lot of the time. These couple of Archons off to the side, they're not going to have a great start, though. Unless the Warpism can save them. Yeah, that's a nice little something there. Kills the Cybernetics Core. The Cyber Core going down. Ooh, he's going to lose power to the Robo, so no more Immortals to come out. He already has 2, but having more Immortals is always going to be a good thing against this. Let's see Drogo continue to fight right now. Corrosive Bow drops. Archon takes a hit. We are going to be seeing these Stalkers and Immortals continue to fight. Archons keep on dropping. Kind of lavering all over the place. These Corrosive Bows hitting nicely. It looks as though there's just a little bit too much from Denver here as he breaks on through the natural in towards the rest of this right now. And we are going to be seeing... Well, Pylon goes down again. Zealots and the Immortals continue to be picked away at. And we're just going to be seeing Roaches and Ravagers continue to push on through. Voidray pops out. I mean, even if Drogo cleans this up, though, I mean, it takes him so long to clean it up that he's going to take so much damage in the process. And Denver just keeps on rallying more Roaches across the map. He's going to take this to a game number 3. And that's GG. Denver ties it up 1-1. The rest of you. Thank you very much, guys. Let's go into this. Game 3. Tied up 1-1. Let's do this. To the top left-hand side, our orange Zerg player is Denver. Tying this up with that big attack. Muters just did a lot, distracted, and just took down enough to then make the Roach play very powerful, pushing forwards. And to the bottom right-hand side, our red Protoss player is PtitDrogo. Alright, so getting set up. And getting ready. Sorry. Swarm pool is just coming down in the main base. Something's wrong with my mic. Static will get fixed, guys. Static will get fixed in a moment or two. Sorry, I know I'm tapping out. Dad's a message for me. Aye. Alright, game 3. Denver versus Drogo. Sorry for that, guys. Yeah, the mic static should fix up. It's just because I did a XSplit mute rather than a soundboard mute. So if I do a soundboard mute, it's a little bit better. As you do have this Adept just shading up towards the upper side. Shading on up, looking to see what it can get done here, and he was trying to block the third base until the Adept showed up, but doesn't quite make it. As we are going to be seeing the Queen just poking away at the Adept here, so getting a little bit of damage. But mostly getting shut down. Drone's even pulling in to deal with that there. So drone's pulling in, dealing with that pretty quickly. Speed coming up in the main base, and we do just have those lings still just nibbling, still just getting going here. Oracle on the way up. Oracle moving around, looking to see what else he can do. I'm going to pick off a drone, obviously. Couple Oracles just moving around the center. Roach Roan is coming in the back. So again, Denver just playing a bit of a Roach-based style here at the moment. Stalker going to be finishing up on this gateway, and a couple more Adepts currently warping in. Overlord is being attacked from the Stalker for just a little bit here, so Stalker dealing just a little bit of damage. 12 more Zerglings on the way out. And we are going to be having the Oracle is actually getting quite a bit of damage done here. I mean, that's his 4th kill now. Not all of those are drones. 3 of them are. One of them was a lava, I believe. As we are now going to be having the Oracle just backing way off to the right-hand side. More lings coming through. Denver looking to maybe try and catch a cancel on this. There's a few Adepts coming across the map. It's a double robo follow-up. So we saw this earlier from Drogo, one of the previous matches, where he went into the double robo and started just cranking out those mortals very quickly here. We'll see if it's going to be a similar scenario yet again. That was the game against Stefano, I'd like to say, when there was a lot of roaches. So we'll see how it goes this time around, as we do see those Adepts initially coming in. With the help of the Oracles, we'll take down this Queen. Oracles don't even actually need to help out. And we are going to be seeing those lings jumping in, and they're actually going to get full surround on those Adepts now. That's where the Oracles will come into play. They help to kill the lings very quickly, letting the Adepts survive quite a lot longer. They might even be able to shade out of here, so these Oracles really helping. And Denver, he loses quite a bit there, Drogo. Why is Adepts running back in? I don't think that's meant to happen. I think he's misclicked from after his shade went off. He's clicked back here. I think he's realizing that now. And I mean, maybe it's a way for him to catch a drone or two. It's actually going to be very fortunate that he doesn't run into roaches before he finds drones. In the end, he just shades backwards, so he doesn't lose anything else. It's going to be seeing the Oracle coming off over to the right-hand side. Depths as well. Drogo takes a bit of an interest in third base down here. So throws that down off to the side, and we are just going to be seeing the base getting set up. The Immortal's coming down to this south. I'm not sure what's going on with Drogo's control. He seems to have just units all over the place at the moment. Thank you, Andyman, by the way, for the tier 100. Appreciate the bits. Roach speed is on its way up now. A few more roaches coming up, and we are going to be seeing those few Adepts. Taking some fake shade. Don't actually commit to anything. Warp Prism out, a lot of sentries. We talked about this last time Drogo did it, and generally when you have a lot of sentries like this, it means you want to be aggressive. But he sends his Warp Prism up the right, while the rest of his army starts to kind of begin coming through the center at least. You'll see a lot of these roaches moving around. He does have nothing to defend the right-hand side of his third base over here, but Denver doesn't actually know about that. I wonder if he thinks it or if he just assumes this is a 2-base all-in. But in which case, it might work against Drogo if he forces his opponent to overcommit to defense already, like with Roaches and Ravages and Lings. Surely then his attack's going to be less effective. Stalker's warping in. We're going to see this army pushing up the side. A lot of force fields to be used, but the Ravages will obviously have a big effect on that. Those force fields are pretty good, and they are going to get some kills just before the Ravages actually break out those force fields. So, for now, Drogo's still looking okay at the front. Still has a lot of sentry energy. More sentries even being warped in. He's even starting more immortal production on the robos. The Oracle's all the way back at home, maybe just to deal with a Ling run by or so. We are going to be having the 2 Oracles actually coming back towards the army now. They're going to move on the map as the rest of the army pulls back home. Gets himself an Overseer. Denver sees the third base down. I wonder if he's just going to try and bust this down. He has no upgrades, by the way. He's completely, totally on just Ling Roach Ravager with Roach Speed as his upgrade. Obviously, Ling Speed 2 is something he got early in this game. Coming around the left side, coming through the center, we see the first Stalkers. Interestingly, he adds Stalkers into this. I guess because he doesn't have a Twilight Council, he can't really build Zealots, because what on earth are Zealots going to do? Just trying to find a good position here to kind of take a fight. The Oracles actually find themselves a couple of kills on Ravagers before this really starts off. The Force Field's now very good. The Shield Battery keeping a lot of sentries in the front line alive. Drogo pulling back just a little bit, as he will be actually a little bit supply blocked here after losing a couple of pylons. Losing more sentries, his Guardian Shields are starting to fall, but he is winning this fight. The Roaches and Ravagers cannot stand up against the firepower of the Immortals that just sit in the back. Absolutely no answer for them there. In the meantime, 7 drones go down because Zealots go into the main. No charge, sure. There's still a lot more that can be done. Well, up the right-hand side, we see a lot more Stalkers, Immortals, and Sentries yet again. And we are going to be seeing those 4 Ravagers from Denver just coming on in over towards the third base. You can see the Prism dropping down. We'll get himself a Queen kill, so Queen does fall, and we're all going to be seeing a little bit of a fight, a little bit of a skirmish once again. Guardian Shield goes up. I think Drogo just has the Immortal count to make this almost impossible for Denver. How do you break through these Immortals? I really don't think you can. I really don't think you can, as we do see Denver just pulling back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Drogo just going to be continuing to push its way through this, and, well, again, obviously this should be pretty much it from him as well, as we do see the Oracle's moving around. The War Prison gets shut down for now, just for the moment. Now pulling back just slightly, we see the rest of the army down on the bottom right side from Drogo gathering together. More sentries coming up. And 7 more sentries. He's got so many force fields, which I guess is kind of important with this army, because again, he doesn't have a Twilight yet, so his usual kind of gateway power is not quite as powerful as usual. Ooh, it's an interesting little run, but I can get a lot done. Oracles are finding some drone damage as he loses some probes to those Zerglings. I think he's getting quite a lot of hits in there, but Drogo's very responsible and turns around to protect the mineral line. Oh my god, there's no anti-air, not even a Queen. Another Ravager gets picked off. Okay, there's a Spore Crawler, but it just wasn't close enough to the Spores. Corrosive Barrel on his own extractor to try and stop those Oracles from just being nearby. And we are going to be seeing these units just continuing up the right-hand side of the map. Immortals, Stalkers, Sentries. These couple of Stalkers here are going to get taken down by the Zerglings. More Roaches and Ravagers in the center too. Roaches coming down the left. Denver's just going to type out GG. Drogo has too much.